Wow, that was unexpected. Flickered a couple of times and went out. Not sure what's going on. Just came up here to get a few supplies and grab some groceries, and just everything went dead. Got to head outside and see if I can get any signal. Holy shit, they're trying to get everybody out of here. People are pissed. They want to buy their stuff. Walk past pharmacy, man, everybody's going crazy. Got to look for a way out of this labyrinth. Boy, I'm glad I got my flashlight and my EDC, or I'd never find my way out of this labyrinth. Oh man, the stoplights are out and everything. People still coming in here. It's crazy. Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. This video here is going to revolve around a mini SHTF scenario. And what that scenario is what happens if you're at a public place and there's some type of power outage or blackout. Now, we don't live in a bubble. We're constantly transitioning from our private areas like our home, our property, to public areas, places like large retail stores, medical complexes, maybe warehouses where you're picking up supplies for your business. It could be a lot of different things like that. And like me, I have been caught in these public places already when there's been power disruptions. So it's something that could happen. Now, there's one thing about these large buildings and these large complexes that's pretty universal. A lot of them don't have a lot of windows. They have a lot of interior spaces that don't have skylights, don't have windows, so they're very, very dark. And the other thing is we don't go to these places very often. It might be like once every 6 months or maybe once a month if you're going to a large store. So we're not as familiar with them as we are, let's say, our home. And this can cause problems like being able to orient yourself and light to get out. And that's one of the reasons why I think everybody with their everyday carry should have some type of light with them so they can navigate their way out of these large buildings if you happen to be caught out. When there is some type of power disruption in these places, they can get very, very dark. The other thing is finding your way out. Now, recently, we just went to a really large medical center for tests and stuff, and this place is massive, huge, multi-stories, multiple buildings. There's causeways that run underneath streets that connect buildings. There's concourses underground. There's no windows, and it is just bewildering beyond imagination. So when I was there this time, it's not the first time I've been there, but when I was there this time, I made because we're probably going to go back at some point in time, I took a few walks around to orient myself and sort of locate, where does this causeway go? Where does this stairway take me? These are like mental notes. I'm building basically a map in my mind of that place if I have to go back there and find my way through. The same thing goes for stores. A lot of us, especially preppers, they're going to be going to large stores, Costco's, Walmart's, Home Depot's. I'll use Home Depot as an example for this one. A lot of those big buildings, they have their sales floor area, but then they also have back areas. They have, back offices, they have receiving areas, they have alternate exits to find your way out if there would be some type of emergency. And if there's some type of power disruption and there's something going on that's nefarious, these back entrances might be your best way to egress out of those areas. So you always want to make mental notes like, where the exit signs are, and take a little walk around. It's another thing when I always go to a hotel. One of the first things I do when I find out where our room is, I get out in the hallway and I look where the exits are. Okay, there's an exit down this way. I turn left out of the doorway here, and the exits down, half a hallway or whatever. It's always good to know where all those exits are. Another thing, when the power goes out, people get squirrely, and people will try to take advantage of those situations when there's no power, it's dark in there, to do crazy stuff, basically. Stealing stuff, causing problems. This happens all the time. And you can look up, take any metropolitan blackout that's happened in the last, 50 years, and you can see the longer they go on, how people act in those situations, and it can be dangerous. So you kind of want to get away from that as quickly as possible. And another thing, if there is a power outage in a public area like that, it's not only going to be the stuff inside the buildings that can be affected, it can also be the traffic, the street lights, those people that do crazy stuff in the dark inside the building, they're going to get out on the road and do crazy stuff. They're not going to, mind any laws as far as traffic laws or anything. The stoplights don't work, so you're going to have people pulling out in front of you in intersections, and these are all things you need to keep in mind. So when you're pulling into places, these public places, it's good to know like the main way that everybody goes in, but it's also good if you can drive around those areas to find the alternate ways of egress. Something as simple as backloading docks or service entrances. It's good to know where those are, and the more often you frequent these areas, build that mental map like I was talking about earlier, so you can find your way out of these places. And another thing that I want to mention, I've known a lot of people that worked in security and loss prevention over the years, and knew one gentleman in particular. He had friends that were down in the New Orleans area during Katrina, and he shared some information with me, and it was basically the stuff that got looted first after that storm went through, knocked out all the power out. When the stores and stuff got looted, there were some things that were the first things that went. Things like jewelry, firearms, pharmaceuticals, electronics, clothing. These were some of the first things that were looted. People were trying to steal this stuff so they could, fence it some other place or whatnot, and whatever. But if there's a blackout in a large store and I happen to be in it, and it's in a public metropolitan area for whatever reason, I'm probably not going to want to hang out around the jewelry counter, and I'm probably not going to want to hang around the pharmacy, because if it does deteriorate to that point where looting and stuff starts, those are going to be some of the first things that are going to be hit. And like I said, this doesn't come just from me. This comes from my friend that passed this information on to me, who basically did this for a living. So these are just some things that I want people to keep in mind. When you're going to different places that you normally go to, or that you go to like maybe semi-annually or whatever, look at the place, find where your exits are, run it through the back of your mind. What happens if I'm in this place and the power goes out? Do I have light that I can find my way out? Do I know where the stairs are? If I do get out of here and get back in my vehicle, do I know how to find my way around these streets or find my way out of this area so I can get to a safer area? But anyway, just some things I want people to think about here. Might help you out if something bad happens and you happen to be in that general vicinity. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys got a little information, a little entertainment, and something to think about as always out of this video, and you guys have a good one.